for joining everyone. And we're going to have maybe 10 minutes of slides, and then we're going to be spending 25 minutes showing the application in action and doing some live demos to bring the technology to life. So in the last talk, we talked more about the underlying technology and where it's going. And really this presentation is more about seeing the product in action and understanding how it could potentially be used in your organization. So to recap what we discussed last time, the modern way of using AI for contact center applications is a combination of language models, so agentic AI, and your organization's knowledge base. The benefits of these are that it is a far more flexible and scalable approach to automating customer service. From a setup point of view, you as an organization have to think about your knowledge base and your prompts, but you're not having to build low-level decision tree type frameworks. You're just building the knowledge base and giving the LLM the context. This leads to lower overall maintenance and simplified deployments, but it also means, crucially for the contact center, it's a much more effective solution. So we see an average of over 60% containment rate, but some organizations have got up to over 90%, which is hard to believe, but is indeed the case. And we're also seeing increased customer satisfaction because these LLM-powered chatbots are available 24/7, they're instant, and they give good answers. But the key thing is, and we'd always advise this, is you always want to be able to transfer to an existing contact center infrastructure, which in this case is the Mitel MICC Enterprise. One of the key concepts to bear in mind is how the solution improves over time. And one of the common misconceptions we covered last time is it's not learning by itself, and the AI providers are not training on your data. Instead, you in the system are seeing how the AI is unable to answer questions, finding those knowledge gaps, and then updating your knowledge base accordingly. Now, one of our clients in Europe had been using a traditional intent-based chatbot up until the end of March this year. And they were getting sort of 22-25% deflection rate, which is typical for, or if anything, is actually quite good for traditional intent-based chatbot. But they moved over to this LLM plus knowledge base paradigm through the platform you're seeing today. And this meant two things. So first of all, you can see the containment rate immediately jumped to 64%. And last time we looked, it was well over 75%. But because it's also a much more scalable approach and it can handle multiple languages a lot better, this organization was able to roll it out to a number of different European regions. So really some good business benefits here and very different to the traditional chatbot approach. So what is the product we're showing today? So we're trying to make this as turnkey as possible to deliver LLM-powered automation across the contact center. So first of all, we're taking prompt-based approach to managing these conversations with suitable guardrails and controls in place. And we're really trying to make the knowledge management the core of the solution. Because if you can make your knowledge base and the prompts great, then you will have some amazing business benefits. We're doing this across channels. So this is both message-based AI across web chat, SMS, and WhatsApp, but also now voice AI as well. And this is supported in over 50 languages, including Swedish, Norwegian, Danish, and Finnish. And the key thing to the voice AI is it can hand off to an existing telephony platform. Now, this is the crucially being integrated into the MiCC enterprise, meaning that your existing routing system, agent management, and call handling is done in the same place. It's just an overlay to do that front end and managing the interactions before they get into the contact center. It's designed to be as simple as possible to get up and running, but also have the flexibility to meet enterprise workflows, integrations, and data controls. So without further ado, let's go into a demo. So we're going to be showing a few different things here. The agent is going to be living inside of the Mitel web agent. And I'm going to be walking through a few different use cases. And first of all, we're going to be actually looking at the knowledge management section. So this is designed to be something that contact center managers, IT managers can self-serve the administration. And essentially, it's collecting all of your different knowledge data sets. So in this case, this fictitious knowledge base is using the Talkative website. So it's gone away and scraped all of the different public-facing pages and has put that into a knowledge base. You can also put your sitemap in here, and we have connectors for things like SharePoint and other document repositories to make the ingest of this knowledge very simple. The website scraper can periodically go out and refresh the content. So if you've got lots of different pages on your website, for example, if you're a retailer, you've got many different product pages, you can set this up to update and go and ensure it has the latest information. You can also just drop in files. So we've got a sales brochure we've put in here. And if you need to make a quick change to the knowledge base, and maybe you don't have a document or a web page built yet, you can just put some text in here. So in this case, maybe we're not open for a holiday, or there's some emergency that we need to add to the knowledge base to let our customers know. You just go in here and it's updated. Now, one of the things that you'll hear a lot about, and we really think a lot about at Talkative, is this concept of a prompt. So this is giving the LLM the additional context to understand how it should answer questions. In this case, we've got a very basic prompt, but hopefully it shows you the idea. And this is giving the AI context about not only who you are, but how you speak, things you should and shouldn't say. And the way to think of this is the same way you would train one of your contact center agents. So maybe you've got policies that need to be adhered to, or tone of voice, brand guidelines, those kinds of things go in here. Okay, great. So now we've got our knowledge base. We can apply it to a chat or voice workflow, or we can just go ahead and actually test it first of all. So one of the things about the LLM plus knowledge base is it is so flexible in answering, but it's hard to know upfront exactly how it will answer a question. So what you can do is run a test suite. So this is like a test harness for your knowledge base. You've got some options here to either generate sample questions based on what your actual customers have been asking you. But in this case, I'm going to be lazy and just rerun a test I did this morning. And if we continue here, you can see we've got all these different questions that we want to know how the AI will answer. And we can add in questions here, and we can test different knowledge bases and different AI models. So this feature is really useful when we're introducing a change to the knowledge base, a new AI model, or a new prompt. And what it means is when you're testing the AI, rather than sending in lots of different questions, you can just run this test and you can get all of these answers visible on one page. And you can just go through, make sure they're giving the answers that you want. So this is a really useful part of the platform to make getting up and running with LLMs fast and easy. Great. So now what I'm going to do is jump over to my chat widget editor. I won't go through all of this today, but you've got a lot of controls around customizing the look and feel of the chat widget. And you can have it appear to have different languages, different buttons. You can display queue information, and you can give different contact options. And these can vary based on business logic. So maybe you want a different widget for your logged in customers versus a different widget on the sales page, and so on. I'm just going to go ahead and start this chat. And this is now connected to that knowledge base on the prior page. So I'm just going to ask a question. But at this point, the chatbot's going to go look at the knowledge base, look at the prompt, and come up with an answer. So in this case, we've got a really good answer from the knowledge base. And we've not had to pre-program this answer. This is the crucial thing. We've just given it the information, and the AI is taking care of the low-level conversation terms. And I can ask follow-up questions. And this will continue to give responses. Now, the crucial thing with this workflow is it's set up such that if the question or the answer is not in the knowledge base, then it will not respond, and you can get it to either say, sorry, the answer is not in the knowledge base, or automatically route through to a queue, or whatever you want. So the key thing is here, if I'm asking, what's your favorite football team, or who are you voting for in the election, it's not going to give a response. It's just the information in the knowledge base, which in this case talks about Mitel and MICC Enterprise. We can leave feedback for the entire conversation and also on specific answers. And this will show in a moment how this is really useful for improving the knowledge base over time. And we've got these helpful buttons if we want to make it easy to transfer to a live agent queue. You can remove these or have them only show up under certain conditions. But in this case, I'm just going to press the speak to the team. And this is going to route an interaction to my agent inside of Mitel. And here we've got the full transcripts of the conversation to date. So I can quickly, as an agent, read through to see what was said and maybe what was even said on older conversations. And it's being routed through using the Mitel routing logic. So you can set up agents to have multiple chats, and you can set them up to only have a chat if they're not on a call. All of that routing in Mitel is being leveraged here. Now, in addition to being able to just message back and forth with the customer, we've got a couple of different tools here. So we've got suggested responses. So if I say the WhatsApp, then this piece is basically that the AI is not responding to me as a customer, but it is staying in the conversation and is suggesting answers to me as an agent. So this is really useful if you've got new agents who maybe don't know your business that well, and they can see this answer here and they can ignore it, but maybe they want to just send that as a message back to the customer on the website. So this reduces handle time and improves consistency of answers. In addition to these suggested answers here, we can actually also ask our tool called Navi. So this is, think of it like an AI supervisor where you just want to ask questions. And again, it's got access to the same knowledge base. So in this case, maybe I want to say, do we have any pricing on WhatsApp that I need to be aware of? I obviously don't want to ask the customer that at this point. I just want to know as an agent if I need to think about it during our conversation. So here we've got the answer, and I can choose to ignore that or use that in the conversation. Cool. So that's chat. There are a number of other chat features that I'm not going to go into now, but from a wrap-up perspective here, we've got some automatic tagging, and we've got an automated summary being populated for the agent. So again, improve quality and reduce handle time. I can edit this if I think it was wrong, and we can customize this wrap-up form to our heart's content. And again, it's just using that transcript to populate this information. Cool. So now, where we've just shown this with chat, now we're going to show it with voice. So again, in the platform, we make this easy to set up and get up and running. And as Mitel, we can help you configure these flows and provide services and best practices. But we're also giving you the tools to manage it yourself if that's what you want to do. So in this case, I'm going to be calling up an insurance company. And as you can see here, we've got some guidelines for how the AI should behave in this conversation. We can also choose our voice and various other settings. And we also have a number of tools available to the AI. So this can be looking up in a knowledge base. It could be transferring to a queue, or it could be integrating into a CRM or similar. So one of the tools that we integrate with in this demo is a calendar booking tool. So we can actually book an appointment over the phone with the AI without even needing to speak to a human agent. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to now make a call from my mobile phone to this voice bot. And I'm going to go through this conversation flow. We're then going to transfer the call to the MICCE, and then we're going to take over, and you'll see that the information has been presented to the agent, summarizing what's been said so far. Okay, here we go making the call.
Hi, thanks for calling ABC Insurance.
Oh, hi there. I'd like to make a claim, please.
I can help. With that, could you please provide your policy number? I'll read it back to confirm once you share it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, I'm afraid.
That's all right. We can continue without it. Could you please provide your vehicle registration number?
Yeah, it's MA59KXT.
Thank you. Just to confirm, that's M as in Mike, A as in Alpha, the number 5, the number 9, K as in Kilo, X as in X-ray, and T as in Tango. Is that correct?
Yep, you got it.
Great, thank you. Could you please confirm the make of your vehicle?
It's an Alfa Romeo Spider.
Thank you for that. Could you also confirm your date of birth, please?
You know what? Can I speak to someone in the claims department, please?
I transfer you to the claims department right away.
Cool. Now, what's happened here is the call is being transferred. We can see the transcript to date of what the AI was talking to the customer about. And we're pulling through some key information. So in this case, we're looking to extract the car registration, not only to share it to the agent, but actually to then maybe populate it to the wrap-up form or to the CRM or some other system. And again, we've got a summary of the conversation to date. And now I can continue speaking with the caller and continue the conversation. So again, this is all about trying to automate the simple questions up front, but then when it's transferred through to an agent, giving the agent all the tools necessary to speed up the call and deliver great customer service to the caller. So that's voice. There are a number of other demonstration videos that we've got, and we'll be sure to include links to these. There's a lot of powerful things that you can do with voice. And as I said, that was in English, but if anyone wants to see or try the voice AI in a different language, then we can make those numbers and links available as a follow-up to this. Now, all of these conversations are transcribed in real time, both for messaging and voice. And we can use this to surface insight reports. So in this case, we've just asked for what are the top 10 most frequent issues that our customers are speaking to us about. And we've got, booking appointments, waste and recycling, and representative chats. So this gives us great insight into all the different conversation flows happening in the platform. Now, we talked about improving the knowledge base. So let's actually look at how that looks. So the knowledge base will track what it calls suggestions. So these are when someone asks a question of the AI and it's not able to respond for whatever reason, typically because the answer is not in the knowledge base. Now, what the system will do is surface those specific questions and answers, and then it will suggest improvements to the knowledge base based on either the transcript of the conversation it was in, or it will just come up with what it thinks a suitable answer is. However, a human supervisor will still need to come into this page to make the changes. So maybe actually, I want to get rid of this, and then include or reject that information. So over time, this is how you build up the knowledge base and make it better at answering questions to customers. So I think we've covered most of the key parts of the platform here. I guess just to summarize, there is a lot of different things you can do with these workflows. The tool is very flexible in terms of some of our customers want to have just a natural language IVR. So at the beginning of a call, rather than press 1 for this, press 2 for that, you're just saying, oh, I want to speak about claims, and then it will put you through to the right department. The second most popular use case is the tool use, where you're booking an appointment or you're checking the status of a delivery, other things like that that need interaction with a system of record or a CRM. And then finally, the data collection, where just as in our example, we're collecting information up front, which is low value work before transferring to a human advisor. So just to recap then, success of these deployments is built off improving the knowledge base and the prompts. And the platform gives you a lot of tools and analytics to make that easy and improve that. We obviously are seeing some standalone AI deployments in the industry, but absolutely we'd recommend, as much as I'd love to say AI is great, we all know it's not 100% there yet. We still need human agents for those exceptions. And the key thing is you want to have whatever AI platform you're using be integrated with your existing contact center system. And the final point is, often when we demonstrate this to organizations, there are so many different ideas that are thrown around and so many different potential use cases, and they're almost always good ideas and valid ideas. But we'd always recommend, rather than boil the ocean, start with just one small use case and prove out the technology, get used to things like improving the knowledge base, tweaking the prompts, and then you can expand it over time.